I gotta tell you guys, it has been quite the trip to see the latest Doctor Who get completely destroyed in the ratings to the point where not even the people who are in charge of the TV show are able to deny what's actually happening, because you know that they will love to do so. They will love to sit there, gaslight you, and trust me, they tried. They definitely tried in the beginning, but they will love to sit there and gaslight you and tell you that everything is perfectly fine, everything is a-okay, everybody and their mother is loving the new woke DEI Doctor Who. Everybody's loving it. Well, now the numbers are so bad and so terrible that it's impossible for them to ignore. We have an article here from Bounding Into Comics with a headline that reads, "For the second time this season," that's twice in one season, Doctor Who posts the worst overnight numbers in the franchise's history.
I don't see how us dancing will create a scene.
Then you should have researched this era a little more, because we are scandalous.
Gay!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, not once, but twice. And we all know what happens after the second time. You got the power of one, you got the power of two, you're going to end up with the power of many if you keep going down this nonsense. The fact that Doctor Who showcases, I mean, look at this shit, man. Like, the fact that Doctor Who is at where it's at, and I keep saying this every single Doctor Who video because it's true, man. Knowing the history and the lineage of Doctor Who and seeing where it was and where it now is, this is a massive fall, the likes of which I don't think we've seen since Disney Star Wars. And it's not too shocking considering that Disney is now partaking in Doctor Who to an extent. So it's not too shocking to see them attributing their own failures to Doctor Who. And honestly, I'm for it. I'm all for it. It just goes to show that everything Disney touches, for the most part, tends to go to shit. So let's get into this article, guys, from Bounding Into Comics. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. It says, in further compounding Russell T Davies' Doctor Who woes, the series' latest episode has officially posted the worst overnight viewership numbers, and to make matters even more embarrassing for the embattled showrunner, this is actually the second time this season that the show has broken this unfortunate record. So again, the season broke the record by itself the first time, and then the other episodes were like, wait, hold my beer. We're going to break the record even worse than we did the first time. And then you're going to end up with Ncuti Gatwa looking exactly like he does in this photo. Because at the end of the day, man, Russell T Davies knows exactly what he's doing. It's not about ratings for him, okay? It's never been about ratings, at least not anymore. It is genuinely just about pushing the message. He himself has even said this. I'm not just making it up. Russell T Davies has said that the liberal leftist message is more important to push than ratings. It is more important to push that nonsense and do fake representation, superficial forms of representation, than it is to actually focus on giving you a good product, good story, good whatever. This is not their focus anymore. Their focus has been made very clear since the beginning. Since the show was even announced, when we knew that Ncuti Gatwa was going to become the next Doctor, they have been saying it since the beginning that this is going to be a leftist paradise. They said that word for word, a leftist haven, I believe, was their words of choice, and they have stuck by that. So at least they are sticking by to what they said. Nobody should be shocked about this, and this is why they have lost over 2 million viewers from the last Doctor Who. It says the Doctor's latest ratings disaster was first confirmed by UK television viewing aggregator Barb and relayed to the public by franchise-centric news outlet Doctor Who TV. Per their numbers, the season 7th episode, The Legend of Ruby Sunday, which also serves as the first half of the two-part season finale, pulled in just 2.02 million viewers in the first 24 hours following its June 15 premiere. Notably, these viewership results are the worst of the entire season, coming in roughly at 20,000 viewers less than the 2.04 million brought in by series' previous lowest performing episode, Boom. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta be honest with you, man. I am shocked that this has not fallen below 1 million. I'm sorry, below 2 million. I'm really shocked. I genuinely am, because I got to be honest with you. I really, first off, I wasn't even in the mindset that this was going to hit 2 million some odd viewers. I thought that this TV show overnight viewership was going to be somewhere similar to the last one, which is going to be around 4-ish million. But the fact is, this TV show is struggling to reach 4 million after a 7-day mark. That's insanity. That is insanity. They used to be able to do 4 million views overnight, let alone a 7-day mark, and now they keep having to stretch out the time frame more and more and more so that the numbers don't look bad when you are talking to investors and whatnot. But when you really get down and dirty and you start realizing the true comparisons, then it gets really ugly, and it's hard to justify the decision that Russell T Davies has decided to make with this particular Doctor Who. You got episode 1, Space Babies, coming in at 2.6 million overnight. You got episode 2, The Devil's Cord, coming in at 2.2 million overnight. You got episode 3, Boom, at 2.04 million. You got episode 4, 73 Yards, at 2.62 million. You got episode 5, Dot and Bubble, at 2.12 million. And you got episode 6, Rogue, at 2.11 million. And then you got episode 7, The Legend of Ruby Sunday, at 2.02 million. Honestly, I am genuinely shocked this is not below 2 million. I really am. I thought it would have dipped by now, even worse, considering the massive drop-off we saw in the beginning. But I guess it's pretty much stagnated to the point where people are like, all right, I might as well just finish it and see how bad this actually ends. But it's very clear that people are checked out. People are completely checked out of Doctor Who. The people that you had before watching, half of them are gone, which is amazing because that previous season, they lost half of the other viewership that they used to have. So it's crazy. You keep losing half of your viewership every season. What's going to happen on the next season? What are you going to do? It's crazy. Furthermore, not only are these overnight numbers the worst of the 15 Doctors runs thus far, but they are also the worst of the entire franchise. This less than stellar record was previously held by the aforementioned Boom, which itself had taken the title from both the preceding episode of Devil's Cord and the 2022 Easter special, The Legend of the Sea Devils, each having pulled in just 2.2 million viewers during their respective premiere windows. To this end, one wonders if the latest ratings fumble will have any effect on Davies' previously stated optimism towards the series' current performance. Asked during a recent interview for the physical July issue of UK Entertainment News magazine, Radio Times, if he had any thoughts on the abysmal numbers, Davies asserted, "I'm very proud of it. You know, they might not be the ratings we love, but we always want higher. But they are building over a 28-day period," he added, moving the goalpost for the series' success. Episode 1, Space Babies, is already up to 5.6 million and counting, so it is getting there. Wow. I mean, like, at this point, this is literally what it is. They are moving the goalposts. They are trying to move the goalposts as much as possible because, like I said earlier, the more time that they could stretch it out over, the bigger the number is before they have to report it to investors. So they're not going to want to showcase that, hey, this got such unbelievably abysmal overnight numbers. They're not going to want to talk about that. They're going to say, hey, look at the viewership over almost a month. That is fucking insane. That now what used to be an overnight metric has now been stretched to over almost 28 days. That's insanity, ladies and gentlemen. The fact that they are trying to use that as some sort of a metric for success just goes to show how desperate they are to try to make this TV show look like anything other than a massive failure. Anybody who knows TV can know that this TV show is a massive failure, and especially when in comparison of its previous iterations. It is just a garbage TV show with garbage ideologies, and they made their choice. It is what it is, man. You guys decided to stand behind Russell T Davies that was making a particular choice with this particular Doctor Who, and you all cheered him on and said, this sounds like a great, stunning, and brave idea. People are going to eat this shit up. Let's just put it out in the market and sell it. Well, guess what? People are not eating it up. Everybody looks ultimately very confused over everything that's happening, just like Shurigawa does. And I think it's only going to get worse from here as they go into a supposed season 2. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.